ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमस्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत नः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम्. Today I want to upload Sri Satyanarayana Vrata Katha in English to YouTube. I upload already Nitya Puja Vidhanam. Please perform with that Nitya Puja Vidhanam to Satyanarayana Swami and listen this story, because this is the Hindus' first festival, Toli Ekadashi. So you are all listen this story in English. Om Antarajopasantyadhamadipudyam Srutismrutam Manusham Kunjaram Chasye Manmahe Tundilam Mahaha. Once Shaunak and 88,000 other rishis assembled at the forest Naimisharanya and asked Maharishi Sota, the narrator of the Puranas, "Oh Maharishi, please tell us how mankind can attain salvation." Maharishi Sota answered, once Narada Muni asked Lord Vishnu, the consort of Lakshmi, the same question. I will tell you that Lord Vishnu told Narada, so listen it carefully. Once Narada, during one of his sojourns to the various worlds, came to earth. There he saw the people suffering as a result of their fast deeds. To elevate their sufferings and bring them salvation, Narada travelled to Vishnu Loka. There he found Lord Vishnu adorned with Sammukha, Chakra, Shemku, Chakra, Gada and lotus in his four hands and garland around his neck. Narada spoke humbly, O Supreme Lord, the Saviour of the destitute and the troubled, I surrender at thy feet, asked Lord Vishnu. Narada, why have you come here? Tell me what you want. I would fulfill your wishes. To which Narada replied, O Bhagavan, people on earth are suffering in many ways as a result of their own past sinful deeds. Please bestow the grace and reveal to me as to how they can be helped. Lord Vishnu replied, O Narada, mankind can rid itself of all its sorrows by performing a puja called Satyanarayana Vrata Puja. This puja, when performed according to the religious rites, will bring happiness, peace of mind, wealth in this life, and salvation beyond. On hearing this, Narada was filled with joy and addressed Lord Vishnu. Thus, O Lord, in your infinite grace, please tell me the details of the puja that you just mentioned, how and when to perform it, and who has performed it before. Lord Vishnu answered, this puja can be performed any month on a full moon day. One must gather his friends and relatives, perform the puja with devotion and offer fruits, ghee, milk, curd, butter, wheat flour, sugar and honey to the god. After the puja is over, he must read the Satyanarayana Katha and distribute prasad to everybody. If the puja is thus performed, it will bring fulfillment of one's wishes. Particularly in the Kali Yuga, this puja brings contentment. All chant Sri Satyanarayana Swami ki Jai. This is the first part. And the second part. Maharshi Sota continued addressing the assembled rishis. O rishis, I will tell you who all have observed the Satyanarayana Puja in the past. Once there lived a very poor Brahmin in the beautiful city of Kasi. Plagued by acute hunger, he used to wander about here and there every day. Lord Vishnu took the form of an old man, appeared before the poor Brahmin and asked, "Friend, why are you wandering aimlessly?" The poor Brahmin replied, "Sir, I am very poor man, unable to bear the pangs of hunger. I beg for alms, sir. If you know a way out of his misery, please tell me." Whereupon Lord Vishnu, who as in the gulls of an old man, replied, "O Brahmin, Lord Satyanarayana grants his devotees wishes and removes their sorrows. So you should perform his puja and reap its benefits." Lord Vishnu then explained the details of the Satyanarayana Vrata to the poor Brahmin and disappeared. The poor Brahmin immediately resolved to perform the puja. After a sleepless night, he got up early in the morning and went to beg for alms. His mind fixed on only one thing, namely the puja. That day he got a lot of money with which he bought fruits and milk, curd and honey, and performed the puja with his relatives and friends. With Lord Satyanarayana's grace, he shed his poverty and lived a content life. Every month on the full moon day, he performed and finally attained moksha, means salvation. Maharishi Sota thus told the assembled rishis the story which originally was narrated by Lord Vishnu to Narada Muni. The rishis again addressed Maharishi Sota. "Oh, the great one, please tell us in detail who else performed the puja." Maharshi Sota continued. One day, when the poor Brahmin from Kasi was observing the Satyanarayana Vrata, a woodcutter entered his house and asked for water. Seeing the Brahmin perform the puja, the woodcutter inquired what the puja was about and what good it would bring. The Brahmin, who had been bestowed with Lord Narayana's grace, spoke. "This is called Satyanarayana Vrata. Anyone who observes this Vrata will get all riches. I myself have been bestowed with wealth." The woodcutter was delighted to hear this. He learned the proper way to perform the puja, ate the prasad that was offered, and went his way. With Lord Satyanarayana in his mind, the woodcutter resolved that he would observe the vrata with whatever he was going to make by selling firewood that day. He went to that part, the city where rich people lived, sold the firewood, and made twice the normal profit. Pleased with his luck, the woodcutter brought bananas, sugar, ghee, milk. The Satyanarayana curd, honey, and wheat flour performed the Satyanarayana Puja with his friends and relatives. By Lord Narayana's grace, he acquired enormous wealth and lived comfortably and attained moksha, means salvation. Sri Satyanarayana Swami ki jai, Srimad Ramaramana Govindu Hari. Next, chapter 3. Maharishruta continued, "O best ascetics, I will now tell you the story further. In the olden days, there lived a wise king by the name Ulkamukha. He had mastered all his senses and always spoke truth. He used to go to the temple every day and give gifts to the Brahmins. His lotus faced wife was a pure and pious woman. One day, the royal couple was performing the Satyanarayana Vrata puja at the banks of the river Bhadrashila. At that time, a merchant called Sadhu sailed by. Seeing the king perform some puja, Sadhu stopped his boat, got off and addressed the king humbly. "Oh king, would you kindly tell me what you are doing with such devotion?" and concentration. The king replied, O Sadhu, have no children, in order that I may be blessed with children. I am worshipping the Almighty Lord Satchinarayana. On hearing the sadhu spoke humbly, O king, please tell me how to perform this puja. I would like to observe the vrata, as I too have no children. The king told him all the details. Sadhu returned home and with great joy told his wife that they should perform Satchinarayana Vrata puja, which will fulfill their desire to have children. He then resolved to perform the puja after the child was born. Then, by the divine grace, Sadhu's wife Leelapati conceived, and in due course, a beautiful daughter was born to them. They named the child Kalapati. One day, Leelavati reminded her husband of his promise to perform the puja. Sadhu told his wife that he would do the puja at the time of his daughter's wedding and got busy with his work. In the meantime, Kalavati grew up and blossomed into a lovely girl. Sadhu sent out messengers to find a suitable bridegroom for his daughter. One of his messengers found a good natured and handsome boy in a Vaishya family from Kanchananagar. Sadhu found the boy to be a suitable match for Kalavati and celebrated his daughter's wedding with great pomp and show. But Sadhu completely forgot about the Satchinarayana Puja and thus angered Lord Satchinarayana. Then one day Sadhu went on business trip with his son-in-law. He stopped to trade at Ratrapura that was ruled by King Chandraketu. Lord Satchinarayana placed a curse on Sadhu one day. Some thieves robbed the king's treasury and were running away. The king's soldiers followed them in hot pursuit. The frightened thieves threw all the things they had robbed near Sadhu and escaped. Finding the king's treasure near Sadhu and his son in law, the king's soldiers arrested them and brought them before the king. The king ordered them to be chained and thrown into prison. Because of Lord Narayana's Maya, nobody even listened to what Sadhu had to say in his defense. King Chandraketu also confiscated all their merchandise. Lord Narayana's corpse did not spare Sadhu's wife. Some robbers broke into her house and Leelavati lost everything. One day Kalavati was very hungry and ran out of the house. She wandered here and there and stopped at a house where Satchinarayana Puja was being performed. She stayed at that place until the puja was finished and ate the prasad that was offered. When she reached home, it was late night. Leelavati asked her where she had been. Kalavati told her some mothers that she was listening to Satchinarayana Katha in somebody's house. Leelavati at once remembered her husband's promise to perform the puja and resolved to observe Satchinarayana Vrata herself. She collected all her relatives and friends and prayed to Lord Satchinarayana to forgive their sins. Lord Satchinarayana was pleased with Leelavati's prayers. He appeared before King Chandraketu in his dream and told him to release the two merchants from prison as they were not the real thieves. If the king failed to do so, Lord Narayana warned that his kingdom, wealth, and children would all be destroyed. Next morning, the king told his counselors about his dream and ordered Sadhu and his son in law to be released. The latter were frightened and stood before the king with bowed heads. The king talked to them gently and said, You too have suffered a great deal because you are of your fate, but there is nothing to fear. The king returned their merchandise, gave them new clothes and lots of gifts, and bade them goodbye. Jai Srimad Ramaramana Govinda Govinda Sachinanda Swami Ki Jai. This is the chapter 4. Sadhu and son-in-law loaded their boat with the riches given to them by the king and sailed homeward. Lord Satyanarayana wanted to test the sadhu further. He took the form an ascetic with a trident, appeared before Sadhu and asked him what he was carrying in his boat. Without realizing that the ascetic was indeed Lord Narayana in disguise, Sadhu laughed mockingly and said, "You Brahmin, were you thinking of stealing my things? We do not have any valuables in the boat except vessels." Whereupon Lord Narayana replied, "O Sadhu, so be it." The ascetic then departed in great haste and stood by the seashore. When Sadhu went into his boat, he discovered to his horror that the boat was filled with vessels just as he had falsely told the ascetic. Sadhu swooned at the sight, but he was revived by his son-in-law, who spoke, "This must be the curse of the ascetic. He must be a mystic. Let's go to him and ask his forgiveness." The two merchants then went to seashore where the ascetic was meditating. They fell at his feet and repeatedly begged for his forgiveness. Pleased by Sadhu devotion, the Lord said, "Sadhu, do not weep. You suffer because you have broken your promise time and again." On hearing this, Sadhu prayed out to God, "O Lord, even Brahma and other devas drowned in your Maya can't comprehend your frame completely. How can I, with my limited knowledge, comprehend your various forms? Pray within my limited knowledge. Please show me your true form and bless me." Upon hearing his prayer, God was pleased and granted his wishes, restoring his merchandise in the boat, and disappeared. The two merchants then joyfully sailed homeward. On reaching their hometown, they sent a messenger to their wives to inform them of their safe arrival. At that time, Leelavati and Kalavati were performing Satyanarayana Puja. Leelavati quickly finished the puja and asked her daughter to do so. She then hurried to the seashore to meet her husband. Kalavati, in her eagerness to meet her husband, forgot to eat the prasad and rushed to the seashore. This action of hers angered Lord Satyanarayana. He caused the ship and her husband to drown in the sea. Not finding her husband, Kalavati started weeping. All were wonderstruck and frightened. Sadhu was at a loss to know what to do, thinking that it was Lord Narayana's Maya. He announced to that he would perform Satyanarayana Puja and prayed to Lord again and again. At this, Lord Satyanarayana, the savior of the sinners, was very pleased and said, "O Sadhu, your daughter did not eat the prasad in her haste to see her husband. So I made him and the boat disappear. Let her go home, take the prasad and return." On hearing this, Kalavati rushed and took the prasad. When she returned to the seashore, she found to her joy her husband and the boat. Then Sadhu returned home happily with his relatives and performed the Satyanarayana Puja every full moon day with goods. With God's grace, he enjoyed all the comforts in this world and finally attained salvation. Srimad Ramaramana Govindo Hari. శ్రీ సత్యనారాయణ స్వామికి జై. 5వ చాప్టర్ 5. Maharishi Suta continued. Once there was a king called Tungadhvaja who underwent a lot of misery after refusing the Satyana Prasad. One day, after hunting, he was resting under a shady tree. Some cowherds were happily performing Satyana Puja nearby. The king, in his vanity, refused the prasad they offered. When he reached his palace, he found that his kingdom, his 100 sons, his wealth, and everything was destroyed. Then it occurred to him the Lord Satyanarayana was probably angry with him. He went back to the cowherds, prostrated himself before Lord Satyanarayana and performed the puja with great devotion. Lord Satyanarayana showered his blessings and the king regained everything he had lost earlier. He lived happily and reached Vaikuntha after death. Maharishi Suta said, "Oh, holy man, I have narrated to you the Satyanarayana Katha, which was originally told by Lord Vishnu to Narada Muni. By observing this vrata, mankind can attain salvation in this Kali Yuga. Observance of the vrata can lead to gratification of one's wishes. The names of the persons who kept this fast and took rebirth are as follows. The Brahmin took birth as Sudama, and in his entire life he served the Lord Krishna and attained moksha. The woodcutter took birth as a Goharaja and served Sri Rama and attained moksha. King Ulkamaka took birth as King Dasaratha, and in that life he became the father of the Lord Rama and attained eternally. The merchant took birth as King Moradhvaja, who cut his son in half and offered to the Lord and got moksha. King Tungadhvaja took birth as Swayambhu Manu, who served his people, got moksha. Thus ended the narration of Maharishi Suta, after which Shaunaka and other rishis returned to their respective places. Om Srimadramanamana Govindo Hari. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु. This puja consists of two distinct parts. In this first part, pujas are performed to Lord Ganesha, to Navagraha, to Ashtadikpalaka, to Panchalokapalaka, and to Satyanarayana. The second part consists the recital of the above stories by the devotees and distribution of prasada. Vratakatha is very important to our life.